Hello, you're welcome back to the programme. The time is 6:47 and I'm joined in the studio by Ron Immink, co-founder of Bookbuzz, who's going to take us through all of the business books you should be reading over the next couple of months. Ron, you're welcome as always.
Good morning, Ian. How are you?
I'm not too bad. This week we've got two to look at this week. One of them we're really excited about. The other one you really don't like at all.
No. It's the book by Collins, Great by Choice, author of Good to Great. Now, I'm not a Collins fan, but I decided to give it a try. And on page 8... it says that this book is based on research that ended in 2002, which makes this book completely absolute. And I started to read it, and don't read it. It's a waste of time. It's full of platitudes.
Well,
don't read it.
We'll leave that one aside because the next one you have is absolutely fantastic. It is Overconnected by William Davidow. And this is, I suppose, anybody who believes that the internet has changed everything for the better. This is the opposite of it.
This is the sort of the anti-book to... everything you read about the positivity of the internet. Actually, there's a story to it. I read another book called The Fear Index by Robert Harris, which is a novel.
Fiction writer, yeah.
Brilliant. And it's about how artificial intelligence and hedging and algorithms start doing trading. Now this machine takes over and starts to create events to make things happen on the trading market. So that's the first book I read. And then I picked up Overconnected, and I thought I was maybe having too many contacts on LinkedIn. It's maybe about Facebook. Not at all. This is about the effect that the internet has on the world. And the world is overconnected. Do you remember Jurassic Park?
I do indeed. It's a great film.
Do you remember the scene where the owner of Jurassic Park explains that it's going to be absolutely safe because they have the best security systems in the world? And then there is this professor who puts on his hand a little drop of water and explains that chaos theory will make absolutely sure that whatever can go wrong will go wrong. The internet propagates volatility, so the more complex a system becomes, the more horrendous the accidents become.
Yeah, and he gives some great examples and some frightening examples of, I suppose, the collapse of the Iceland economy and the collapse of Lehman Brothers.
Yes, and it's 2 chapters about Iceland, from a fishing island to the biggest bankers in the world to completely bust in 15 years. And it's, when you're from Ireland and you sort of follow what's going on, it's the first book that I actually out loud went, oh my God, this is just...
And why does he blame the internet on the collapse of Iceland and the financial system?
Swift. Because internet makes everything very efficient, and he explains that it's all about cultural lag and feedback systems. So feedback systems, when something positive happens, it sort of propagates and propagates and propagates. So Iceland went on to a good thing, started lending money, so money started to arrive in Iceland, so it just blew up. So huge boom, and then it went too big for Iceland. There you go. And then ultimately it went bust. It's like biology, so it just it consistently feeds the monster, and as a result, the volatility becomes fairly scary. He talks about nuclear plants, which is also a very complex system. He's fairly adamant that if you don't understand the system, you shouldn't be engaging with it. And I think the message for business is you can expect a lot of volatility, and you need, and very often it's sort of the ethics, because the volatility and the propagation of the internet, there's no connection anymore between our behavior and the consequences of behavior.
Is he just being a bit, I mean, it's just like the thriller writer and the science fiction writers look that the internet will destroy us all. I mean, surely it can't be that bad.
Well, good question. If you would read this book on its own, you might just think that, yes, the internet is going to destroy the world. Now, I think it's a warning that we just need to be careful of systems we don't understand. And the last chapter is, again, as in Shift, is a warning to government that you really need to be aware of the consequences of what you do. It's the law of unintended consequences, and the internet makes it even more volatile.
Is he just pointing out, the dangers of I suppose everybody puts, Facebook and Google will say, look, we are here to make the world a better place. Is he just the anti-Google, anti-Facebook individual?
Well, he actually predicts that Google is probably not going to exist in a few years' time. That's something, from a business perspective, and it's the examples he uses is music, because internet has destroyed the music industry, that your industry is going to probably be destroyed by the internet as well. It's a very cheerful book.
Yeah, thanks, Ron, for that. That's cheered us all up. And it's a fascinating book, Overconnected by William Davidow, and it's really, really good. And the other one that you mentioned there is Robert Harris, The Fear Index, which is a thriller. It's absolutely brilliant. I've actually read a few of the pages of it. Ron Immink from Bookbuzz, thank you very much. Well, let's find out what's been happening on the markets in that